eh?
Precisely. It's high time you gave your tummy a rest, Leslie Brandon. It's the only part of your body that does any work these days. Look at you in bed. You're the only man I know what goes to bed habitual with a tin of corned beef under his pillow. Yeah. I will not give over. We are having a picnic tomorrow, and that is that. If you don't want to sit on the grass, you can stand up and whack the gnats away from us with your tie.
You see, Mr. Brandon, it'll be a very young executive-type picnic. Everything will be disposable, even the food.
But I'm not a young executive.
That's been your whole trouble. If you'd had any ambition in life and learn how to mend fuses, we could have been as young executive as Mrs. Titterington at the cake shop. I've given the best years of my life to you, Leslie Brandon. I've given you all my love and affection, and what joys and delights have you given me in return? A Black & Decker drill, a set of brushes for sweeping the chimney, and a tandem holiday in North Wales.
Yes, and look at the ass you made of fixing that back mudguard. I've got 3 tire levers trying to disentangle you in your courses from that 3-speed gear.
Now then, you two, don't let's have another of your barneys. You know it always gives goldfish a sicky headache. Well then, Pat, where are you planning having this bloody awful picnic of yours?
Well, I'm not quite sure. It'll have to be somewhere typically young executive, of course. They tell me outdoors is very fashionable for picnics these days.
Oh, what is that place? I know the very place.
Where?
Leave it to me, Pat. Just leave it all to me.
Well, this certainly isn't my idea of a young executive picnic site. Where's the mobile toilets? Where's the mobile disco and bar where you pay for your baby sham with beads? Where's
Give over groaning. You're always bloody groaning. Don't pay a no heed, Uncle Mort. It's absolutely perfect, is this?
Of course it is, lad. What more could a man desire but to be sat in front of 3 public houses, one of which is owned by the woman I love? What's her name again, lad? Olive Scrimshaw. I must remember to write that down in my diary.
Come on, let's go for a walk while they're preparing the food. Food, did I say? Quail's eggs in aspic. Plover's breasts in sherry. You've not got canary's toenails in Piccadilly, have you?
Can't men be crude at times, Mrs. Brandon?
They certainly can, Pat. They can be nauseating, disgusting, and thoroughly revolting. It's years and years since Les has been like that with me.
Come on then, Stavely, on your hind legs. It's truth, you've not been at next door's deck chair again, have you? Don't worry, Carter. Don't mither. Youth, good health, fitness, it's only a passing phase. You'll soon be as clapped out as the rest on us.
That's what keeps me going. I look at you lot now, and I see the 3 ages of my life stretched out before me. I look at me dad, and I think, what a mess. What a bloody awful shambles. Great. Champion. That's just what I'll be like when I get to his age. Dull, dismal, born idle, and utterly useless about the house.
Well said, Carter. It warms, cottles of me heart to hear a lad speak so generously about his father.
And then, when I get older than me dad, I want to be like you. Bad-tempered, lugubrious, and with a face like a wet wakes week in Barnsley.
Thank you, Carter. I'm most touched, most moved.
And when I get really old and decrepit, I want to be just like me Uncle Stavely. A thundering bloody nuisance with a face like a redundant turtle.
Thank you very much indeed.
Pardon?
Come on, Les, give up a dawdling. What's to do with you?
It's all this love business getting me down. Just look here. Bert loves Joan. Wyndham loves Sidoni. Bloody hell. Margarita Lasky loves... Serves her right. just look here. Annie loves Les. So that's what she used that Black & Decker on.
You're not grumbling. Let's get on with the walk. If we're not careful, the sun will stay out, and we might even start to enjoy ourselves.
Breathe deeply, Carter. It smells of a perfect summer's day. Stale socks, damp cricket pads, and the slow, heady sense of a leaking gasworks.
Champion, Uncle Mort. A1.
I served all through First World War. And do you know what this scene reminds me of?
No?
The long, dangerous trek to front lines on Somme. Rifles at the ready, crouching low. Come on then, crouch.